fellow Nigerian youth. My name is Clement Jimbo from Akwa Ibom State, a fellow Nigerian. In the light of what is going on right now in our dear country, it is very important that we, the youth of Nigeria, make our demand very clear to the state governments of Nigeria and to the federal government of Nigeria. But before we go ahead to do that, we will need to pause for a 1-minute silence in respect to all the heroes of democracy that our army killed yesterday. And may their soul rest in perfect peace, and their death will never be in vain. Now we have come up with demands that we, the youths of Nigeria, believe that if these demands are made, it is going to reposition this country for us all. The first set of demands are demands that the president must make a pronouncement immediately and given appropriate ratification by MDS. The first is we are demanding that there should be a 30% increase in the salaries of all police officers in Nigeria, from police recruit grade level 1 to cadet inspector grade level 7. And also there should be an holistic renovation across all the police colleges and training centers across the Federation. This announcement should be made immediately by Mr. President. An effective date is 31st October 2020. 2. Payment of 12 million naira compensation to each of the families of those killed by SARS and police. This announcement should be made immediately by Mr. President. An effective date is 31st October 2023. Judicial panel to investigate all cases of SARS/police brutality and recommend appropriate punishment for all hearing officers. This announcement should also be made by Mr. President, and the hearing should be concluded latest by 15th November 2024. Total disbandment of SARS and sacking of all officers in the SARS unit of the Nigerian police. This should be announced by Mr. President, effective instantly. 5. Total disbandment of the newly recreated SWAT unit by the Nigerian police force. This announcement should be made by Mr. President, and enforcement should be instantly. 6. Federal government to foot the bills of all persons injured by SARS and police. This announcement should be made by Mr. President, and commencement should be immediately and until all injured person is settled. 7. Unconditional release of all NSAS and SWAT protesters detained by the Nigerian police force. This announcement should be made immediately and compliance should be instant. 8. Government to foot the bills of all NSAS and SWAT protesters injured by the Nigerian police force and pay a compensation of 1 million naira to each of them. This announcement also should be made by Mr. President. 9. Reduction in the salary and allowances of all members of the State Houses of Assembly to 400,000 naira per month. This announcement should be made immediately and should be ratified by Revenue, Mobilization and Fiscal Commission. Effective date is 31st October 2020. 10. Reduction in the salary and allowances of members of the National Assembly to 1 million naira per month. This announcement should be made by Mr. President, and Revenue, Mobilization and Fiscal Commission should ratify this. Effective date is 31st October 2020. 11. Reduction in the salary and allowances of state governors and deputy governors to 1.5 million naira and 1.2 million naira respectively. This announcement should be pronounced immediately by the Governors Forum and should be ratified by the Revenue, Mobilization and Fiscal Commission. Effective date is 31st October 2020. 12. Reduction in the salary and allowances of President and Vice President to 2 million naira and 1.7 million naira respectively. This announcement should be made by Mr. President, ratified by Revenue, Mobilization and Fiscal Commission. Effective date is 31st October 2020. 13. Cancellation of security votes at all levels, both state and federal government. This announcement also should be pronounced and made by Mr. President. Effective date is 31st October 2020. 14. All elective political offices are non-pensionable. Pension for elective political office holders should be outlawed in Nigeria. This announcement should be pronounced by Mr. President. Effective date is 31st October 2020. 15. Local government funds from federation account should be sent to local government account directly and should be managed by local government chairman. This announcement should be pronounced by the President, and all the state governors should ratify this and give consent to it. Effective date is 31st October 2020. The 15th list should be opened up and give responsibility to states in order for development to enhance Nigeria. Number 1, federal government's responsibility, fiscal policy and monetary policy and currency management. B, foreign policy and foreign affairs. 3, judiciary at all levels. D, national security stroke defense, that is Army, Navy, Air Force, and police. And also, state police should be created in our constitution. E, interior services, prisons, immigration, and NSCDC, aviation, custom, national infrastructure, interstate roads, railway, INEC, stroke elections. These are items that the federal government of Nigeria should focus on. Number 5, state government's responsibility. First is the economy. B, health. C, education. D, agriculture. E, any and all others outside the purview of the federal government listed in number 4 above. Number 6, revenue sharing formula. Each state is to control its natural resource and contribute 30% to the federal government. This is a constitutional amendment and it should be done and concluded on the 29th of May 2023. B. Federal government to administer and fund its responsibilities with 70% of the revenue received from the states. 10% of the received funds to be redistributed to the states with emphasis on the economically disadvantaged states, while the remaining 20% will fund federal-led infrastructure and intervention projects across the 36 states and the FCT. 7. Replacement of the bicameral with a unicameral legislature. A maximum of 2 elected offices representative from each state to sit part-time at the National Assembly complex in Abuja. This is a constitutional amendment to be concluded in 6 months, beginning from October, and it should end latest 29th of May 2023. 8. All persons who have ever been elected or held office as head of state president, vice president, governor, deputy governors, National Assembly members and State House of Assembly members, federal ministers, state commissioners, etc. between 1960 to 2020 are banned forever from contesting any elective or holding any appointed political office in Nigeria. 9. All public office holders elected and appointed from the president to the councillor and MDS are prohibited from foreign medical trips. It is a criminal and impeachable offense with no immunity whatsoever. 10. The children of all public office holders elected and appointed from the president to the councillor to the local government level, including MDS, are prohibited from schooling overseas and in private schools in Nigeria. They are only permitted to school in government-owned educational institutions in Nigeria. It is a criminal and punishable impeachable offense with no immunity covered. This is immediate announcement by Mr. President. Constitution should be amended and reviewed to reflect the position of the union days. And the latest date is May 1st, 2021. All companies to relocate to their areas of exploration. It should be announced by Mr. President, and latest date is 1st of May 2021. The last but not the least, to the list of demands as put forward by the youths of Nigeria. States should generate, transmit, and distribute their electricity. This announcement should be made by Mr. President, and necessary powers and legislative function be given to states for this action. Let me pause to say that until these demands are made by the Federal Republic of Nigeria and by the state governors, all the youths of Nigeria are enjoined to embark and continue on the peaceful protest until our voices and our demands are made by the federal government of Nigeria. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Long live the youths of Nigeria. And long live all the youths of Nigeria. More grace to your childhood. Greatest Nigerian youth. Grace. My name is Clement Jimbo from Akwa Ibom State, a fellow Nigerian